storyline for Gorilla Tag, which is yet to be proved, but it's only a guess. These gorillas spawned in forests, not just forests. They were much smarter and stronger and faster than any other gorilla there. Next, they got so smart that they decided to find a home that will big tree for now, or stump. Stump was a place where they would go home for a while, but they really couldn't see each other a lot because they were in separate worlds. We'll call these worlds rooms or codes. The codes could be used for anything, but they didn't know how to join separate codes because one day randomly got separated by a person called an anonymous. So once they had an anonymous, they made the computer for the stump. Once they made the computer for the stump, they could start joining each other. But they really had no actual meetup area for the codes. So they decided to make a treehouse and a little small gazebo. Once they made that gazebo, they started to meet up there, and they used a treehouse. There isn't a very fully functional ladder, but there was a ladder there. Once they did that, they wanted their own fashion since they were smart enough. So they created something called the Hat Room. The Hat Room had in total about 10 hats and a badge that they could wear called Early Access. We seriously don't know why they did this, but they called it the Early Access Badge. The Early Access Badge was something they used that to prove that they were the first gorillas. Next, they started finding new places like canyons and the caves. The canyons were a spot for them to hang out and chill, but it was a bit too hot for them to live in, so that's only where they used to chill every now and then. Next, they found caves, but in caves there's nothing that they could use for the shiny rocks that we use today. But they explored further into canyons, and they figured out that shiny rocks existed. Once they had shiny rocks, they built an entire mall dedicated to those hats and cosmetics. So, once they did that, they used things called shiny rocks to buy them. Now, today, you gain 100 shiny rocks every single day. And once you gain them shiny rocks, you can buy better and better hats, including the golden hat, the top hat, etc. And once you do that, the gorillas, the original OG gorillas, will make more money. But after they were made after they had funds, they decided to make a group and expand forest a bit and make double walls and make etc. stuff. Next, and they started to explore new places, including the mountains, and they made slides there to have some more fun. And yeah, once after they made that, they decided that they would take a break from it. And now they do seasonal things. Now, once they do seasonal things, they release new cosmetics that will be gone forever once the next update occurs, or seasonal event, as they like to call it. Now, the unknown person that is controlling them is still unknown, but some people have some news about a person named Lemon. Now, Lemon is his code name, or something. Next, we hear about a basement, and people were confused about a basement, but before that, they were released to the public, and more people joined, started buying more cosmetics, so then they discovered the basement, and the infection also started. You're probably wondering, why did the infection start? What is the infection? So, the infection is from the monsters in the basement. So, they went to the moon, they found some aliens. As you can look in the basement, there is a poster of them on the moon. And the reason that I know that they started the infection is because when they get you, there should be little things that are called like lava underneath you. So that's how they started the infection. But as those gorillas started to go faster, they started to grow faster and stronger, and more people started to join them. Soon, they started to do flashbacks to memorize the old things that they created. And they had some cool stuff, some worse. And they started to get more and more expensive because not as many people were playing. But they also discovered clouds. It took them a while, but they somehow discovered an air tunnel that went up towards the clouds, which is apparently their heaven because the souls in the Halloween update that return every Halloween update, they are in there, which we will call heaven. So they loved it for a bit, and it happened during the release also, as well as the basement. So after that, they discover more and more places to live, including beach, which they discover going through the secret tunnel that they created a while ago, before even the hat room existed. So once they did that, people started loving the game more and more. But again, eventually, the gorillas had less friends and less friends joining. So they decided to start an event. It was called We Are VR. I don't know where they come up with that name, but they did. They plan to have 250,000 monkeys in the game right now. But once they did that, the computers crashed. Everything was ruined, they thought. They were just a blank void that no one could use. The computers weren't working, nothing was working. It wasn't very good. So they decided to work on it more and more. They were separate, but they somehow had communication. So they used that communication to build and build. And once they did that, they returned back to the normal stuff, where we have seasonal updates still, and we have more and more things. So that is the storyline for the Gorilla Tag game. This idea is not mine, and it is read by a script. So I hope all of you have an amazing day. Bye. God.